Hey guys, so we're playing Castlevania Advanced Collection. What a good game. And I think I've got my last video that would be made up primarily of, or in any way maybe of streaming videos on American Noble, or it's about to be. It's uploading anyway. It's called The Epic Conclusion, reasonably enough. Oh my god, look at this crazy shit. This room, oh, this is the death room. That room was crazy. Way crazier than any other room I've been in. Shit, now I got two of them. Uh-oh. So I figured out what people like about streamers and watching streamers. They like watching someone take the reins in their life. It may sound funny, but I have a video on American Noble saying games don't move. Because it may sound funny, but someone playing video games is on a lower level, or on maybe a minor one. Someone, but not really, it's on a definite level. It's someone taking control of their life. It's someone directing the game. The game doesn't move on its own. If you're watching a streamer, you're watching somebody play a game. And often you might feel like you're afraid to act in your own life, but then you have a streamer who's acting in the game, and on some level you are watching to watch someone take control. They're a leader that you're watching. So that's not bad. And as you watch them more, I think you probably, I don't know, emulate that a little bit at least. It's like just spending time with a good role model. And it's funny, it's like, what, a good role model? What, Synthetic Man, you? It's like, yeah, a role model for someone who's actually doing something, even if it's something as simple as this. Doing something is doing anything. I'm still planning and plotting to get, let's just say I'm still working on some things. And it's going to be good, yeah. I think it's going to be great, actually. Anti-Venom. I think it's going to be great. Oh shit, what is this fucking goo room? Oh, I guess that's the purple outside. So these were originally Game Boy Advance games. You can tell. I was thinking Game Boy Advance games are like NES games that spent forever in their mother's basement. Or like, they grew up, but they never left home, but like, they expanded personally, and this is them. It's kind of hilarious. Or like, you know, Junior Super NES games. Like, would one really consider this a full-on Super NES style game? Like, I'm not sure. I'm about to die. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, fuck. Okay. Something about just the size of the characters, and it might literally be just the way it's sized out for how it originally was presented on a smaller screen. But something about it does feel a little more mini than SNES games do. Hold on. Or SNES ones. SNES. I'm thinking of becoming a Project Cars streamer. Project Cars 2 in particular. Which I think is like supposed to be... This is like the hardcore fucking Project Cars. It's like the first one, which I also have, was like hardcore, and then this one, it was like, oh, they just fucking threw everything into it. At least that's what the reviews were saying, and I was like thrilled. But it's a very difficult game to get into. And then the third one apparently was a lot more accessible, but then it kind of lost its identity because there's already accessible racing stuff available. You already have your Need for Speeds. You already have your even Gran Turismo's to some extent. Like, that is still more accessible, even though it may feel more serious, and it might be more serious as a racer than a Need for Speed. It's like, it feels more measured. It feels like more like a country club outing thing. Okay, let's... Oh shit, did I not fucking save the game? That's hilarious. Okay. You know what? Let's, we'll go to a different game in this collection. And you know what it's gonna be. Circle of the Moon. It's gotta be. And I've already got some progress. I had this game on the Game Boy Advance. And it was awesome. Oh boy, yeah, so this game is fucking classic. And you know what? This game finally has gotten its due, because I was watching a video about it and they were like, well, they were like, this, you know, it was actually what's that guy, I don't even know. He's like, his last name is like a Spanish-speaking country, culture, language, whatever last name. And then, so it's like a cartoon image of him. He's one of those guys. He has the cartoon image. But in the video, it's actually him. He's not like the ones where there'll be a cartoon in the video, or like images in the video represented by them only. No, he shows his whole body. And anyway, he was saying like, well, the first thing I thought when I was a kid and I was playing this game was, this shit is dark, or something, or like, what's going on? I can't see this. Because he was playing it on the Game Boy Advance, and famously, I guess I remember it being that way, but it seems like more, I don't know if I would have remembered it in that light, funny enough word there, if I hadn't watched YouTube videos, and even somewhat recently, talking about it in that way. And I had a Game Boy Advance. I'm pretty sure I had it pretty soon after it came out. Like, I literally had one of the launch games, and I was excited about it. I think I might have gotten it before the review came out, or before I saw the review, and it was like, yeah, this game, we're giving it like a 6 or a 7, and I was like, ugh. But it was Iridium. Was that what it was called? Whatever, the space shooter. And it's funny, it's like Matt gets a fucking shoot 'em up without even knowing it. So like OG fucking arcade gamer Matt. But the funny thing is, and you know, literally Game Boy Advance was coming out, but it's, you know, that was contemporary with the time, so it all felt like new stuff, because it all was new stuff. And so Iridium 3D or whatever, it was cool. I mean, it was definitely like a limited fucking game. It was like fucking 4 levels or something. I think I even got to like the end of it multiple times, and it's just like, alright, this game's fucking like, it's amazing for a Game Boy Advance. It's still probably pretty impressive for a handheld system. I don't know, I'm impressed by that. But no, it's hilariously short. This game is not. This game is a full-blown fucking game. This is like longer than a regular Castlevania game. It's, as they say, it's like a Symphony of the Night one. But in any case, this game has finally had its time, because now you can see it in its full glory without worrying about it looking too dark. So basically, the art style that they made it in having in mind, finally people get to enjoy that art style without any sense of the screen being tough to see. So finally, this is like we made it this way because we wanted to make the best game possible, and now you're getting the chance to play that game. How crazy is that? I mean, I don't know if anyone would present it that way, but you could, if you were one of the developers, I think you probably could say that, and people would believe you, and I think you could even honestly say that, really, because They might have been like, yeah, no, we're making this game. We're not thinking about the limitations of the system. We're making the best game we can on the system. Those things may sound like a strange pair in some way or another. I don't know. But it basically, like, the system lets us make this game. It may not play well or look good on the system, but we're making the best game we can that the system will let us make. And then someday you'll be able to play it in a way where you'll be able to play it on a system where the limitations will not defeat it. And you'll be able to play the game that we always wanted you to play. And it's great. I love this game, man. Okay, so basically, like, don't be a coward, though. It's like, everybody's are you fucking kidding me? That's like an angry video game nerd moment. Everybody's fucking afraid, and you're fucking afraid, or you've probably been afraid. How about every single second of your life, you take control? Every single second of your life, some person is, like, kind of discouraging you, or kind of, like, subtly, or, like, unknowingly, or very knowingly, whatever. Somebody's trying to, like, ruin your day, knock you off your game. Don't be afraid out of your fucking shit. Don't be afraid out of your life. Don't be afraid out of your body. Like, no, you get back in there. You are there. Don't let them scare you. Because that's it. That's all they can do. All they can do is scare you. Aside from physically stopping you, which few people generally, and I'm the guy who fucking got sent to jail for sending emails, so it's people can physically interfere with what you would like to do. People can, and I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying I'm not saying like you should go vote in an election. You know, like people can interfere with you physically, but usually it's not. Usually it's, and I'd say in many of the lead-up parts to any physical interference, like, usually you have a long leeway of, like, people never interfering with you physically. The only thing they could possibly do is scare you. The only thing someone can do to hurt you is scare you. How crazy is that? The only thing they can do is scare you. And, you know, and use physical means, but most of the time they don't. So most of the time, the only thing they would do or will do or can do, or, well, I don't know, can. They could always use physical means. They probably won't. The only thing someone can do is scare you. And if you want to extrapolate that, it actually gets even better, not worse, or not like, oh, you know, that's cool, but that's it. No, it actually gets even better. The only thing the world can do is scare you, because the world usually won't use physical means to stop you from doing anything either. Because it's not just people around you, it's like everything. The only thing anything can do is scare you, and the only thing anything can do is physically interfere with you, but it's not usually something that happens. So yeah, anyway, I think that'll be a good one. Maybe I'll put the last couple as one video on YouTube as well. Sometimes these turn out well, you know? I don't know, and nobody may ever watch it, but I think if somebody ever did watch any of them, then they might be like, oh shit, actually, I think I might watch a lot more of these. Like, I think what I've been doing is similar enough to like a DVD-R or a Synthetic Man or something where they might just be sitting there and like talking for a while, and like it's really engrossing. It's like, oh, Matt, you're just shitting out something we'd refer to as content. It's like, not necessarily and not really. It's like, this is just honest shit, and it might be really worth watching and spending time with. And certainly it's something that I've done a lot of, watching and spending time with. And so it's not like oh, Matt makes it but he'd never watch it, like that video game executive who's like, I'm not the consumer in chief. I don't play video games. And it's like, man, so here's the thing, dude. Don't use the dehumanizing term consumer to refer to people, especially when you're one of the fucking super rich guys who doesn't give a who like literally to the point where like he doesn't even play video games. He doesn't give a shit about the shit he's selling to other people. And then he's going to use a dehumanizing word that's a catch-all word that you can use in like any situation to dehumanize someone, and he's going to use that word to dehumanize his customers and say basically like, well, I'm not one of them. I'm not the one of them in chief. No, I'm the me in chief. Like I'm here to make money, man. Like that's exactly what it was. It was hilarious. I was watching some of the movie Boiler Room last night. By the way, incredible movie. That's a movie that ever since childhood, I don't think I've ever had I don't know if I've ever had a good idea of what that movie was about. It just seemed like maybe a little unpleasant, but something about it resonated in the sense that I noted that movie on some emotional level. Like that movie had some kind of core of emotion with I don't know. It felt like there was something there. Whether or not it would be a good movie, like it seemed like it was more of a negative thing maybe, but it was sort of a movie that you noticed. Even if you didn't ever pursue it, even to the point of watching a trailer. And so, hold on. So yeah, it's like The Wolf of Wall Street. It's truly, what a frickin' movie. Oh my god. And I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched like 40 minutes of it, but that was about enough. It's like Glengarry Glen Ross meets The Wolf of Wall Street and like lower everyone's ages by like 10 to 12 years. It's really good. Super good. But in the vein of all that, I have this to show you. This might be the only, the manual, the only book you need. Think about it. What do you like to do, or what would you like to do rather? And it's like, well, Matt, what are you gonna get super limited with this and do pleasure and pain, Tony Robbins dynamics? It's like somewhat maybe. And here's the thing, it's not like I haven't spent a lot of time devoting my life to things sort of non-relative, you could say, or at least with some non-relative conceptions about things. And yet, at the end of the day, it's like if you're in a miserable situation, well, if that situation got to you just based on what you were thinking, then basically this book tells you how to steer and navigate your whole life. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And you know what page am I on? I think if I magically if I finally just fucking finish reading this book version, I'm on page 116 or 117. All I have to do is finish reading this book maybe, and it'll be like, all right, you've put in your dues. Now you're. I mean, I could do it right now, but it's maybe I'll think okay, now I'm gonna be in the mode of thinking only the best things for my life. And it's like, well, Matt, what, you think that'll actually work? It's like, yeah, I think it might. I really do. Because I certainly, I look back and this is about the way I would have expected things to be. So if I expect differently, actually, Demi from the Starfire Code, she talks about the universe is like an expectation engine or something. Quite powerful, yeah. If I had expected things to be different, then maybe they would have been. Because I've expected things to be bad for a while. Ever since fucking teenage years. There was a guy in high school, and he was kind of a friend. I've sketched this out briefly before, I think, but he was kind of an acquaintance or a friend of mine. And I thought he was really cool though. If I were to say anything about it as a touchstone, maybe I'd say he was sort of like the episode of Seinfeld where George Costanza has a crush on his guy friend. He thinks his guy friend is so cool, and he's just it's to the point of kind of a romantic crush on him, but not here's the thing, it doesn't have to be sexual, but it is sort of a fascination. Sometimes you just think someone's so cool, and it's well, Matt, that's gay. It's well, it may come off as gay, but when I think about anything, it would be, my paradigm is that there is no gay. I think it's all mental and emotional baggage, and I think even to the point of like non-reproductive sex between men and women, I think that's aberrant. You know, I'm a fairly big naturalist, I guess. Or at least it seems to me that a lot of things, you know, it's fairly easy to see, and the Stoics talked about this to some extent. It's fairly easy to see like the natural orders of things in terms of like, you know, sex is for reproduction. Like how astounding of a thing is that to say? But you'll like get sent to jail for saying that nowadays. Sex is for reproduction. Oh, you're not allowed to say that. It's like, well, is eating for nutrition? Is defecation for elimination? I don't know. I think it's all fairly clear, but except for, of course, the thing that people would rather not be clear if it gets in the way of their like excitement. I don't know. And it's like, well, Matt, what, you're saying that nobody should ever have sex except when they're looking to have a child? And it's like, well, that would be a fucking start, wouldn't it? Or at least, certainly, I'd stand behind this 100%. If you are going to have sex, you better treat it as if that is like, you are leaving the door open for that. Which is sort of the Catholic way of thinking about it and doing it. Like, you know, you always treat it like you're leaving the door open for that. I think that's basically what they do. But that's the only sane way to do it, because as Epictetus says in the manual, I think it's in the manual. I read it in The Art of Living, Sharon Labelle translation. It's a really good translation, even though she seems super libby. Like and especially this part. What do you think? She's translating it, so it's from Epictetus apparently, or whoever it's from. But she's like, well, you know. He's like, well, you know, sex isn't a game. Like, sex is a serious thing with serious consequences. Don't have sex with people carelessly. Like, that's one of the things from one of the Stoics. It's like, does that sound like what Ryan Holiday would be saying? Or does that sound like what Ryan Holiday might be, you know, itching to start criticizing as, like, a Christian fundamentalist worldview or something? You know, I think things are fairly clear, and then we pretend they aren't clear because it just seems like we'd rather just ignore it. And here's the thing, you don't have to ignore it. You could just say, well, I'm going to have sex, and I'm not ready for there to be, like, I'm not ready for this to be as grave a situation as it might be in various ways. But I'm just going to do it. But then here's the thing, you want to accept the consequences. Because if you don't accept the consequences, then, well, you're going to get the consequences either way. Or, you know, something's going to happen, whatever. Or something, even if the something is quote unquote nothing, like, things are going to turn out in a certain way, either way. And so you want to accept the consequences. But you don't have to hide from the clear vision of what you're doing, because the clear vision will help you. Like, think about it this way: how could having clarity about something, unless you're thinking of like some kind of butterfly effect thing where, well, because I was clear, I thought this in a certain way, and I wasn't ready to think that, and things got screwed up. It's like, I don't know, like jumping to some realization too early maybe, and like the realization that, like, you know, there are no consequences or whatever, and then you're like, well, now I'm just going to unleash my rage or something. It's like, I've been down that road, man. And I was just fucking sending emails to people. Primarily, you know, that's about it. But that's mostly it. I mean, I was basically just sending, like, electronic communications to people, just, like, basically venting my frustration. That's all I ever did. But, you know, and it's like, well, Matt, what about you? Accept the consequences there? And it's like, well, I don't think that the consequences were righteous there. And I also would say that it's not necessarily nature acting there. That was clearly the actions of government people, etc. And beyond that, they weren't always honest in their like, they literally were seemingly either dishonest or they got things wrong. One of the two, many times over. And if that's the case, then they were clearly acting on a foundation that wasn't totally referring to reality. And therefore, you could say that they're a part of nature too, but I would say that even in what they did, you could see like falsity and stuff. And so it doesn't seem like maybe the consequences I got I really deserved, beyond the idea that the First Amendment says you have the freedom of speech shall not be abridged, and all I ever did was speak to people. And in many cases, not even that. So, anyway, what I'm saying is, it would be silly for me not to, in some way, though, accept or navigate with things the way they are. And so, basically, it's like, all people can do is scare you, and all you have to do is let go. And that's all you have to do. And so, yeah, so it's fucking cool, it's like, what are you afraid of? Like, are you afraid of taking the reins of your life? Like, do you feel bad? Do you feel like you're going to be less spiritual if you pick up The Secret, or even just fucking go probably watch it for free on any number of videos on YouTube, or just watch some Rhonda Byrne stuff? And it's like, yeah, Byrne, yeah, that seems like it's fire associated language, and then the S here looks like it's, that's S, and that's like someone's stamp, as if they sent you a letter. Who is the S that's sending you this letter? Well, it's RB for Rhonda Byrne. That's like Rubius Haggard, or what, R.A. in Harry Potter or something. But was it literally R.A. who sent a letter and they weren't sure who that was? Or was it R.H. or something? Anyway, if it was R.A., if it's really Ra, okay. Just like Tony Robbins, the Ross. Yeah, it's like, all right, you got some Egyptian shit going on. And it may sound like I'm saying that totally jokingly, but it's like, no, I'm not necessarily saying that jokingly at all. Look at the back of the dollar bill. But, like, who is the S that this is from? If this is, like, a stamp, somebody's stamp that they would put on a letter to represent, like, their imprimatur, whose imprimatur is it? Well, it might be S for Satan, Like, so I'm not saying that there aren't red flags here. But the red flags may be further things to push you away from The Secret, and as they present it as a secret, and then they might build in these red flags to keep you away from it, even when it's right there in front of your face. And it's like, oh, it's the work of Satan. It's like, is attracting a better life to yourself really the work of Satan, or would it seem like that's actually, a great thing to do? And it's like, well, Matt, it's all about paying attention to worldly things or paying attention to spiritual things. And it's like, okay, great. Well, I'd say paying attention to spiritual things is probably great, but don't you think that having your circumstances being more facilitative of you feeling better and, being better rested and better fed, and like, don't you think, and you having more money to do things with, it's like, don't you think a lot of circumstances could be a different way to further facilitate you helping people spiritually, or you helping yourself spiritually, even if it's just getting away from distractions perceived around you and having your own house somewhere? It's like, I don't know, I think there might be a lot of deception and a lot of like subtle shit that puts people away from this. Not the least of which, as I say, like people in the spiritual community kind of poo-pooing it for years. It's like, I think this is the thing, dude. And I'm saying let go. I'm saying take the reins of your life. But then, if you're taking the reins and they're saying this is the law of attraction, this is how to change your life totally and effortlessly, why wouldn't you do it? It's like, well, Matt, where are you? It's like, oh, I'm still at my mom's house, but I've already started into pulling the stops out, get any job I can as quickly as possible. And as I said, I think I did say this. Hold on. Oh, great. Okay, the video's uploaded. Thank fucking goodness, man. And anyway, as I said, whatever. Like, why not? Why? Basically, like, I think I'm gonna be a fucking steamroller very soon. I think, or basically, like, I think that everything's gonna be, as I was saying yesterday or last night or whatever. As long as I'm not stopped by me, by the police for one reason or another, and again, I'm not sure what that reason would be, but you know, you notice cops around town in like suspicious locations, and you're like, all right, well, you know, you're not just fucking hanging out there for fun. It's like, do I have anything to do with this? I don't know. So, but as long as I'm not stopped by me, by someone like that, basically, as long as I'm not stopped by me, by users of violent force, or by supernatural means, then I think I'm fine. Because I doubt I'm going to be stopped by like nature, like literally by like, you know, what one would refer to as the outside world. I don't know, like trees and stuff. Doubt I'm going to be stopped by that or anything like lightning. So, and if I were stopped by lightning, one might say that that might qualify as supernatural because it's so unlikely to happen. So it's like, oh, that was a message, right? They really wanted to stop you. But if it's not me, governmente, in some way or another, if it's not me, organizational power in the human world, groups in the human world, or supernatural powers, then nobody can stop me. If it's not me, groups in the human world, or not supernatural powers, then nobody can stop me. You know why? Because it's easy. And all you have to do is you have to be on board with it. You have to be on board, and you have to say, okay, I'm on board with whatever I'm doing. So do I wait for intuition, or is this the point where I'm on board with it and I say, I'm on board with me getting a job and my life changing dramatically very soon. And once you're on board with it, then you will maybe find your way to it. Whereas if you're not on board with it, and it's like, well, I'm waiting for my spiritual intuition, and basically like I'm waiting to see what exactly I should do. I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do, and maybe you'll find yourself led to the point where then you're like, okay, now I'm ready to do this or that or whatever. But if I'm on board with getting a job, and also if I'm on board with not letting myself be scared out of doing whatever I'm doing, whether it be streaming, or making a video for YouTube, or reading a book, if I'm not allowing myself to be scared away from whatever I'm doing, somewhat arbitrarily, and it's like you want to use your discernment, basically, fuck man. Basically, if I'm on board with my life changing dramatically, quickly, instantly, then I think that it will happen. You know, I think that it will happen. So let's play some Castlevania, because one thing I'm very like tired. Oh wow, look at that fucking map. I played this a little while. One thing I'm very tired of, or I'm kind of like exhausted of, or at least one thing that is like not my favorite thing, is the sense of like running away. Like it's a sense of like, hey, I'm afraid that something will go wrong if I don't like stop what I'm doing and do something else. Or, oh wow. So tell me this, Sozanne Sarah, if you have really great ideas for my channel, what about my channel specifically have you been thinking about over a long period of time to develop all these great ideas? Or was it just a lot of inspiration real quick? About my channel specifically. Anyway, shit. See, yeah, there you go. Somebody pulling me off course. Whatever. Things are going well. Things are going well. Things are going well. Things are going well. Nope, I can't. Go away. You're done. You're not welcome here, Sozanne. You're not welcome. Things are going well. Things are going well. Things are going well. Things are going well. That's your affirmations for you. Things are going well. Things are going well. Things are going well. Things are going well. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, this shit. It is. It's easier than you might think. And believe me, I've been through it. But it's easier than you might think. And the one thing I'm afraid of, I thought to say, the one thing I'm tired of is being fucking afraid, like basically being pushed around by the fucking tyrants in my life, whether they're people or emotions or whatever. But I think it's been sort of like a mix of that. Like literal tyrants. I mean, or that's like literally what it's like. It's like, you know, a certain person in my life makes like little sounds of disapproval, and like I feel like the fucking world's coming to an end and crumbling all around me and burning down everywhere. And it's like, oh my god, I've gotta, and suddenly it feels like I've gotta stop what I'm doing, and it's like, that's, you know, okay, I gotta, and it's like, or I just have a sense of like, all right, now you gotta stop. So Zan, fuck you. Fuck you. You're probably just a bot. I don't know. Okay. If you're not a bot, fuck you. If you are a bot, then still fuck you, or fuck the person who programmed you. And I don't like AI anyway. Isn't it sad? Like I like had a knockdown argument with an aunt about her using fucking AI. And here I am, like, likely interacting with an AI bot. It's like, well, I'm not having a good time. You know, I'm not having a good time. But the funny thing is, the thing is, I'm so tired of being pushed around. It's like, basically, my life is being pushed around, or it has been. So, what do? What's the fucking cure? Well, the cure is probably the cure in general. Make your life the way you want it. That might be the highest teaching, but then let go is like the method, or let go is always what you want to do. But make your life the way you want it. That's it. It's like, who has the authority over your life? Certainly not any person in your life. And if it's not any person in your life, then it's probably not any like animal, creature, or, you know, whatever. If you refer to like a human being as a person, and any other living thing as an animal or whatever, or a plant, whatever, it's probably not any physical entity in your life that has any authority over you, right? No person in your life has any authority over you. No like animal creature, no member of like kingdom Animalia. If we aren't. No, I guess we are. But whatever. No member of any animal, creature, or group has any authority over you, right? No cat outside has authority over your life, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. No plant has authority over your life. No physical structure on Earth has authority over your life. Okay, so then you're left with what? No spirit in the air has authority over your life, right? Like, I'm not saying God here. I'm saying no spirit, like spirit entity. Like, say there's a spirit entity, or you believe in that. Say there's an angel or a demon, like a fallen angel. None of those have authority over your life, right? Forgive me if I'm wrong, and or correct me if I'm wrong. None of those has authority over your life. So, if nothing has authority over your life, like no physical entity, no spirit entity, no physical structure, whatever, if nothing has authority over your life, then it's either you or God, right? Or you or whatever you would consider God to be. Or, you know, throw out some other categories. If you have other categories to bring out that might have authority over your life, then I'd say throw them out. What? You're like, how about a concept? You might say, well, the concept of truth has authority over my life. Does it? Or is that a concept that you can, maybe a concept that it would be great to apply yourself towards, but is that a concept? Or to apply yourself to? Is that a concept, or does it actually, does that concept have authority over your life? Does it have authority over you, or not? If it doesn't, okay, then it probably boils down to, and anyway, any objection you want to throw, or any other category, just ask yourself, okay, does that blank have authority over your life? And if the answer continues to be no, then I think it eventually boils down to either you or God. And then it's like, well, now it's you're giving me the satanic thing, right? Like Milton's Paradise Lost. You're saying, well, it's either God's the master or I'm the master. But I'm just saying, at the very least, cut out everyone else. Like, at the very least, don't walk around as if anyone else has authority over your life. Like, at the very least, cut it down to what it would be, or what it seems like it would be to me. You or God, or you and God. it seems like those are the only options that have authority over your life, you or God. Because nobody else would have right. It's like, well, what about the government? They have authority to do this to me, that to me. Do you really think they have authority over your life? You think they have the divine right of kings? Or you think 200 people in a room deciding something, even in unison, meant that any other single person on earth has authority over your life? You think that they have that magical thinking authority over your life? I don't think they do. I don't think that they do. And I don't think that anyone does. And I think that actually, so I think it actually is just you and God. And I don't want to make an answer there for you, but I do want to lead you to that point where it's like, either I have authority over my life, or God has authority over my life, or maybe we both in some way have authority over my life or whatever, but those are the only two options. And because that clears out so much. That basically clears out anyone trying to scare you. What did I say? It's all about people trying to scare you. That clears out anybody trying to scare you, or that's all they can do. They can scare you, or they can physically stop you. And that clears out anybody trying to scare you, saying that, and then physically stop you. Well, certain groups, if they physically try to stop you, it may be more advantageous for you physically to go along with whatever they want to do to you for however long they're going to do it. Otherwise, it might be a much more risky scenario for you. But there's no morality in that. I'm saying, like, they might have a lot of bad morality in that. But I'm saying, like, I'm saying, like, they have no moral authority to be doing that. It's just a group of people who caught you with physical force. That's what they have the moral authority to do, right? That's what they have the moral authority for. It's a group of people who simply applied physical force to you. That's where the morality begins and ends. In terms of that, because they have no moral authority over you. No one has any moral authority over you.